Take what, Lloyd?
I'm heard.
Take 2.
That's extortion.
Welcome to the Kick Movement.
Yeah.
So, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Kultured Konversations Podcast. I am your host, Kyra Page, and here with me I have some of my friends, and they're going to introduce themselves.
What's up? My name is Vallad, JD.
I'm Kitan.
My name Princess.
Just say that first name. My name Lloyd.
Oh yeah, today we're going to be talking about locks. There has been a lot of hair discrimination in America towards Black people, especially those who have locks. And today we're going to be talking about it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first question I have for y'all is, what does having locks mean to you personally? And how do they contribute to your sense of identity and cultural pride? Whoever wants to start?
I mean, I'll go. I feel like me personally, it's more versatile and as well too, and it's like in a way it's helped me come more into like my face and stuff. Cause I know when I be tying up my hair, I feel like the realest nigga in the world. Like I can't even lie, and like experimenting to see like what type of styles I can do it. Not to mention it's like it's not one way for locks just to be as well too. Like you can have, of course, like regular styles like you get a retwist, but you have stuff like wicks, like people be having their whole entire hair be connected together in the back and the front and all that and stuff like that. So for me, it just represents like individuality at the end of the day.
Okay.
For me, it's like my locks were growing with me as I like got more mature, and like the front part of my brain was really like kicking in for real. It gave me more confidence in like my natural skin, because for the longest time I never felt like really pretty unless I had like a wig on, makeup, lashes, the whole shebang. So then it was like, okay, I got nothing else to do but to thug it out through the quote unquote ugly phase of the started lock. Yeah. So it was like, okay, now I'm going outside, I'm taking more care of my skin, I'm doing everything I gotta do, but it's like I'm just me, like in my fullest capacity. Like I don't really like feeling like I'm trying to fit in with the norms of society, because I would always compare my locks to everybody else's, like, oh, my locks don't look like this, my locks don't look like that. But it's like, girl, hush, because these are your locks. Like nobody else has your locks. I do not have his locks, so on and so forth. So it's like it just made me feel more comfortable being in my own skin for real.
Yeah.
I'm say every lock journey is different. For me personally, my experience with locks definitely helped me get connected to my spirituality. It helped me get connected and more grounded into earth in general. And my locks initially started off as like 2-strand twists. That's why I have like 40. It's like bigger locks. That's more my style. It helped me better express myself. I started learning about how to take care of my locks, different colors, and things of that nature to help better express myself. Because at its core, locks is a mode of expression along with everything else you choose to wear.
I started locks a couple years ago. I like the idea of them and how they make me feel. It's more of a thing where it's like you see it a lot and it's more common now, but it's like everybody else said, it just makes you feel so much better about yourself. You wake up in the morning, you're not worried about like trying to like pick out your hair or trying to comb out the naps that's in the back of your neck. Like you really are just allowed to, if the situation calls for it, you can switch up your style in an instant. You can put in a ponytail, put it in a little side thing, wear your hair like that. There's so many different things that you can really do with them. That's why I like them.
Do you? So this is like something we assume, but you kind of said it earlier. Do you guys feel more in touch with nature having locks? In touch with earth?
I'm a little bit,
Yeah.
I seen like connection just like throughout my whole entire like my presence as just like as a being and stuff like that.
And like for a long time, even still something, even though I got locks, I had like this
connection.
not even a connection more so. It was just like I felt as though I wasn't as connected. Like it was like I didn't feel as though I was myself. Like I really couldn't express myself. I couldn't listen to the type of music I wanted, the style that I wanted to dress like, because I felt confined by what everybody else would think about me. Like if you asked me like 3 years ago would I wear 2 ponytails like this on the side, hell no. Like, that's not something I do. But once you get more comfortable with yourself, it allows you to open yourself up and to do things that you normally wouldn't do. So
yeah. And it's like for me, I always been like a nature kid. Like I've always been outside talking to trees and you know all that nutty stuff. But it's just like I'm very spiritual, especially as I grow closer with God. It's like I don't know. I see things for what they really are now, and it's like I don't know. Since I started having my locks, I've noticed like the people I keep around me also keep me grounded, and like I don't know, I feel like my presence is very common and it's always been common, but with my locks it's just I'm more grounded with everything, like my roots are being planted. Yeah,
I've observed a lot of theories on hairs in general, like how I forget which study it was done, but like they had native, like this is like in early America, but when they had Native Americans and they were testing a specific theory about hair, and they had them go into the forest, and with a lot of their senses like cut off, they were still able to like sense and be more aware of their surroundings. And case in point was due to a lot of them having their long hair, like the native long hair, and that's why they still starting to like cut hair as people, because that's what helped people get more attached and more centered in reality.
there's strength for real.
yeah, that's within your
That's a
head.
good. So y'all feel like there's strength from your locks?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but in Texas, y'all know what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of y'all who don't know, there is a boy who's being suspended repeatedly for the length of his locks. And they're saying that it doesn't violate the Crown Act because he's not being suspended because he has locks, but the length of them, they're too long. But I feel like that's just another form of hair discrimination, and they're trying to find a way to get around, find a loophole, because this incident in Texas is not one singular, this happens everywhere.
This is the only one that reached the media.
Yeah, well, one of the only ones that reached the media. I wanted to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on the issue of that, and how do you feel about hair discrimination in educational settings?
My thoughts about it is I feel as though you should be able to wear your hair however you want to, and it shouldn't discriminate.
Right.
Now I can see like different styles of clothing may throw people off in the workplace. Like you shouldn't come to work in a thong or a bra. Like you shouldn't do that. But in terms of your hair, I feel like you should have way more freedom. For instance, with me, I had a situation where my next door neighbor, she's known me all my life. Her mom used to watch me and stuff like that. Like, mind you, my major is mass communications, and I want to get into journalism and become a journalist and type stuff. And when I told her that, she was like, you know, you probably gonna have to cut your hair off. I was like, why would I have to do that? Because when you work for these people, you can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I've been doing my own thing this long. Like, who are you to tell me? And mind you, this is a black woman telling me this. She has hair. She works in a corporate setting. So how are you going to then tell me that my hair will stop me from seeking employment or even receiving employment? Like, it kind of made me let down, but it also motivated me to even show, like, all right, I got locks. I'm going to really get on my grind. I'm going to start my podcast. I'm going to do the things that I can do, because y'all trying to tell me I'm not capable of doing it because of my hair.
Right.
For me, I feel like it's like one of those things where when it's frustrating, to say the least, that there's always somebody, some way telling us how we supposed to live, how we supposed to breathe, how we supposed to act. And they know that strength lies within our hair, but not only our hair, our skin, our bloodline, everything. So every time that they feel like our community is becoming a community again, they try to find ways to make us feel less than and make us feel like we are never going to be able to get to the goals that they have pushed back for us time and time again. It's like they want us to wear our natural hair out. They don't want us to wear our natural hair out, and then when we accommodate to that, then they're gonna say, "Oh well, our clothes is too quote unquote ghetto. Now we're gonna be dressing up, in a full blown suit. Oh well, you still don't meet the credentials.
You look too churchy.
Yeah. Now you need, instead of the bachelor degree that was so hard for everybody to get, now you need a master's, and now after the master's you need so much. Yeah. They just keep on adding hurdles to the finish line, and it's frustrating because it's like, how are we supposed to tell our children that you are going to be safe in this world when you can't even wear your hair that comes out of your head?
I'll say it's weird to me personally, also like because it's discriminatory, but I know people that like when I went to daycare or whatever, like people had, or like older folks or whatever, people went to school basically just had hair that was damn near their knees or like their ass or something like that. And it's like, mind you, they was dudes, like, you know how some dudes like they'll grow their hair out or whatever, and it's like they had their hair all the way down their back. So it really just seemed like another way to just go at people for like about their hair and their locks, and it doesn't make any sense. But it's like people will try and make it seem like, oh, it's not a big deal and stuff like that, like in the sense where like people go ahead and appropriate hairstyles and stuff like that, because if it was a white kid or something like that who was to go ahead and have that style, would that be the same type of problem or whatever, like at the end of the day? So yeah.
Because if the hair length was really an issue, how they make it seem, they should have the same rule that we have anytime it comes to labs. Like, you have to have your hair outside of your face. You have to have it pinned up, just so, if you're using chemicals or whatever it may be, it's not a fire hazard. But they never will sit down and tell another black woman, you cannot come in here with your hair down to your back, or you can't do this, you can't do that. Wow. It just don't make no sense.
It definitely seems like more of a ploy for people to protect and defend. I don't want to say like, I feel like it's made so people can discriminate easier.
The microaggressions.
I feel like they want us to be a part of the, what's that thing called? It's like they want us to be their source of entertainment. Like they like when we're their source of entertainment, but when we try to come in our own way and try to come in with your locks, like it was another case I heard about the crown neck in Texas probably like a couple years ago when the guy was wrestling.
Yeah, they made him cut his hair right before his dirt. Like they want to let him wrestle because they had to cut his thing right before his.
So it's like when we're the source of entertainment, it's cool. Bro was probably undefeated, had a good record or whatever. But as soon as he started beating up on their little white kids or whatever, now he had to cut his locks up because now he's too threatening, he's too intimidating.
He still won too.
He still won.
That shit is pointless.
I feel like I don't have locks, obviously. But I will say that it's a way for them to make us conform to the way that they think that people should look.
That's what I was trying to say. Like, I finally found the words I was trying to say earlier, but like them trying to protect white comfortability as opposed to black existence. That's what I was trying to phrase.
White fragility as well.
Just that, what's the call it?
Because go ahead.
No, sorry. Nah, I was gonna say it's our comment, but I don't know if y'all seen Society of Magical Negroes, but yeah. Think about that. If you know, you know. My fault.
It's a jewel.
Check it out.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's all right.
A jewel.
I think so. I think it's
a trailer the other day.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta stay close.
But not like that movie. It's basically just about like, it's satire, but it's like white comfortability.
It talks about real things.
Yeah, like you just protecting the feelings of white people at the end of the day and stuff like that, and that's
crazy.
I feel like black people, we are so diverse, and we are. I say this all the time, but we are art. Like, you can't look at a black person and then look at another one and say that they're the same. Like, we're just so, even us sitting here right now, and all of y'all have locks, and y'all are still different in y'all own ways, even with the same, you know what I'm saying? Y'all own style, the way y'all talk, the way y'all move, like, everything is just different about us. And I feel like that scares people, because we can't be put in a box, because we never really can be put in a box. Lloyd, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but have any of you guys experienced discrimination but hair discrimination personally in your lives due to your locks?
I think
It honestly just be the microaggressions.
Yeah. Like,
it's a lot. It's like they won't commonly like have place or like speak and say things that they feel would directly offend you, but they have their comfortability, their habits. Oh, make sure I'm in the shot. They have their comfortability, their habits, and their that's another word I'm looking for. It's like the little things you do. That's natural. But
Passive aggressive.
Dude.
Your little quirks.
Yeah,
I suppose
get
yes,
them,
definitely.
Yeah, like your little thing.
Like they'll make little comments or like, but they'll never say anything directly.
Oh yeah, it's always hidden. It's always hidden.
Or they'll like go to the supervisor and the supervisor might come to talk to you or something. Like, I get what you're saying.
Or like you ever like have a conversation with someone from like an older generation and like, you know, they're asking you like, oh, what are you doing with your life? And you're like, oh yeah, I'm in college, I'm doing this. Oh my gosh. You're doing just, wow, that's just so amazing. I've been telling you, I've been going to schools for the past 2 years.
Since you've been in school.
Yeah, like, and it's just, I don't like how it's just such a shock that someone that looks like me and dresses the way that dress and talks the way that I talk, it's just so baffling for everybody that, you know, my brain works. Like, and like, what do y'all think be going up in here? Like, just air? Just whooshing sounds? Like, I really need to know. Like, whoosh.
We think it's like it's like two things for me. Because I probably have. Yeah, I probably have. It's just like there be so much stuff happening around me. Sometimes it's just like it get lost because like, you know, suppressed trauma and stuff like that. But I know it's like, so like my family is like Nigerian, so it's like not that they weren't. My mom, she wasn't too keen on the idea when I first got her. My dad was more supportive and everything, but it's like first thing, it's not a bad thing, but like first thing everybody says when they see me is like, wow, your hair got longer and stuff like that or whatever, and it's like, yeah, it got longer. It's been like a year or two or something like that. But sometimes it'll just be like, it'll bring up the topic. It'll be like, so what you gonna do with your hair and this and that. And even like having discussions with my parents or something, because they got the notion that like I gotta get my thing retwisted every month, and I'm like, that's not gonna work or whatever.
That's not gonna work.
I like it more like when it grows and stuff like that. And like I said, like it's always certain, because like I said, locks are versatile in the sense it's like everybody's locks will look different after a certain amount of months, and as well as like the process of you taking care of them as well too. It's like it's not always gonna end up looking the same. Some people hair grow faster than other people's as well too. I know when my hair is like this, it grows hella fast and everything like that. But it's also like a certain type of entitlement to like, I guess you can obviously have those opinions, but it's just like those entitlements to say like y'all was saying, like people who say, oh, you're gonna have to cut your hair when you get into a certain type of workspace and stuff like that or whatever. My biggest thing be like when people touch my hair without asking me first. Like I think having locks, that really just kind of like bothering me now, because it's just like
everybody want to touch it.
Now your energy just in my locks and stuff. Like,
if you ask, I don't got a problem with it, but it's just like unsolicited. It be coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, especially when I never spoke to you before. Like, back up, 26 feet.
Like
26 feet
away from me. Like, please get the hand sanitizer or something. Now I got lint in my locks.
COVID,
like please, back up. Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. Like I like it. Like you got your fingers through my hair. Like okay, yeah, feel good. But like ask first,
Please.
It throw me off sometimes.
Cause I'm not no petting zoo. Like that's really how I take it. Like you do not walk up to any other race being like, oh my god, your hair is so long. So why do you feel so comfortable having your fist in my scalp?
Sometimes a microaggression, like we said, it don't even come. It come from like people within the lock community too. Like you could have started your locks like months or years ago. And somebody will have a problem because, you feel what I'm saying, they not the same length as yours, or it is, you feel what I'm saying, you a little different style with it, and it just be like, bro, we all got the same shit, like, you feel what I'm saying?
What does it matter?
Like we all fighting the same battle at the end of the day.
Yeah, still I gotta retwist in another month or so.
Right, maybe 2.
Tight thing.
I feel like, so I, again, don't have locks, but I do know what it's like to be discriminated against based on your hair. Like my hair is red, and I got a lot of warnings about having my hair red because it's like, oh, you might not get a job like that. They might not take you seriously, and it's like
you get a redhead job, so
you
her hair right too.
I'm
just saying,
but it's like same with locks though. Like they look at y'all and they assume. Right? You have a hood on right now. If you were anywhere else, you're a black man, you got a hood on, and you got locks. What does that say about you?
I be doing that so unconsciously.
And sometimes you really have to think about that because, like my mom, anytime I go into a space, take your hood off. I'm just going in the store, take your hood off.
I don't play about that with my brothers. Like
as men, let me holler at the men real quick. Like, how do y'all navigate your everyday life? Constantly worrying. Okay, you're a black man, and you got locks. How do y'all navigate that?
It's hard to fit in the skin.
That's why I don't even wear stuff like that. Like I can't even I gotta shift it all the time because I do the thing where it's like even wearing a hood now, I always have to shift it like half and half to the side because I don't like it sticking to the back of my neck and stuff like that.
I about to say definitely split the locks in the back. Half here, half on this side, half on this side.
Sorry.
No, but no, as far as
sidetrack.
Now, as far as like walking around with that, because with the sad part about it is that as black men, we have to overcompensate for a lot of unregistered and I'd say unjustified negative preconceived notions about African Americans and people that are closer to what they would see as like violent or aggressive or like problematic in any way, shape, form.
Yeah.
And so we have to like adjust and adhere to that even when in our natural state. Like, you know me, I'm like, this is the first time I probably haven't been in a hoodie since I took the hoodie off. Since I took the hoodie over there off. But like that's my natural state. It's Kitan's natural state.
Right.
It's Lloyd's natural state. And so for us to have like to relinquish that just so someone else can feel comfortable, it leans back into the point I was making earlier that we have to adjust for white people's comfortability as opposed to black existence.
Bro, I don't even second guess it no more. I'm not even gonna lie.
And it's become nature, and that's the stuff we're gonna have that has been instilled in us, and that we likely are planning to instill in our kids just so that they're safe.
Yeah, definitely.
I just want my kids to feel free in this country.
That part.
If you want to wear your bonnet in the store, you should be okay to do that.
Well.
Like, I understand, like, you should choose between being safe and
Not
free.
in
You know
this.
what I'm saying?
Well, my mom be getting on me about it, but they just don't want us to look like black people.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like,
wherever I
if I'm doing a quick little store run, if I'm going to like a Walmart or a beauty supply, I'm wearing my bonnet. That's my bonnet.
I'm going to the hair store. I'm not.
Yeah, but if I'm going out for a whole day, I'm getting.
I forget I'll take it off too. That's crazy because like people be going to the airport like where I only got one piece of Lincoln merch, but people be wearing that Lincoln merch when they go to the airport. I wear my bonnet to the airport because I'm like sleeping. I don't like flying, so I'm gonna sleep on a plane, bro.
I'd be scared as hell.
I always, like I said, I don't even second guess it now. Like it's very much like second nature. Like I wear my hair out, especially anytime, because I feel like people see me wearing my hair out, and it's like maybe it's just like the notion that I feel like people don't pay attention to me sometimes. But yeah, like being a black man and wearing locks and stuff, I do get more conscious because like the neighborhood I live in, it's like it's got state troopers in it, it's got regular police officers, and it's like half the suburbs, half the boonies and stuff like that. So it's like but like it's half the suburbs, half the boonies. So it's like I'm very more conscious of, especially like if I'm riding my bike around like my parents' neighborhood and stuff, and I'm just trying to be like said more, not like it's kind of like an example of it, because like it's the same with my sisters or whatever. Like if they're wearing their natural hair outside of the house and they're going places and everything, because my parents just moved, and it's like it's not necessarily an area we're still familiar with or anything like that. But,
so y'all kind of touched on it, but you were saying about how you have to adjust yourselves for other people. Do you feel like, so you guys are in college, some of y'all, you have your own podcast, y'all have your own things going on.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you have to make that known to kind of cancel out your appearance? Like, you know, you say when you go to the airport, you don't wear your Lincoln hoodie, right? But
that's just a bad, I need to start doing that. That's a bad thing.
I mean, you never know who you meet. The point is like, you know, you might go out somewhere, you might knowingly wear your Lincoln hoodie because you know where you're going. So people might be less likely to judge if they know that you go to college, or like, do y'all feel like y'all have to?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Hell yeah.
Because they be thinking you so uneducated, and then
it's like they'll make you feel like you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I got okay. So my business pages, I got my photography page, my modeling page, my Finsta.
that don't count.
Because I be posting my content on there too.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, he said my fan stuff.
you monetize it, and it counts.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like brand myself, because for a long time, even my dad, God rest his soul, he was like, yo, you lazy as hell when I was like 13.
No, it's so
I understood it because like
Yeah.
coming from where we come from, like he didn't have the same opportunities that he afforded me.
Yeah.
So it was like when he had me, he was already like 40. My mom was like 30 something. So he was already kind of behind the curve. So like when he was telling me stuff like that, yeah, I took it to heart at the time, but it made me grind harder now. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I say it. Being just a black man or a black woman anywhere, like you gotta speak your truth and be comfortable in who you are, because if you're not, the world just wants you on you for real.
Tear you apart.
And it's like, for me, I dress very out there, to say the least, especially when I really like am in the space where I feel like I can dress the way I normally dress. But sometimes I feel like whenever, like if we're going to another school, or if we're going literally anywhere but Lincoln, I feel like I have to switch up my whole outfit, my whole aesthetic, my whole everything. Like for me, I dress, some would say provocative, to say the least. So it's like, I'm already knowing that I'm gonna need at least like 4 other people with me whenever I'm going somewhere. I'm gonna get catcalled, I'm gonna be harassed. All these like checklists I have to like tell myself before I go out in the space in being who I am. But then on the other end, it's like when I dress the way quote unquote society wants me to dress, then I'm getting all the respect in the world. People is actively listening to what I have to say, not because of like how I look, but how I sound. And it's like, it's frustrating, because it's like, I'm still the same person no matter what I'm wearing, and no matter what hairstyle I have on, whether it's my hair or I bought it from the store. It's like, I feel like there's just always someone that's going to question you and your qualifications, and how were you able to get into the same room as all these white people. That's always the biggest thing. How are you able to speak at this president's meeting? How are you able to protest and work with the president of your university and do all the things that you do while still dressing the way that you dress? And I think that's what frustrates them the most.
That we can look. Here's how I feel, right? You were saying, like, what you wear, how you wear your hair, how you talk does not determine your ability to get the job done. I understand there's a certain level of professionalism that we have to have, and I guess that's like a generational disconnect, because I know sometimes the seasoned saints feel that we should. I don't like to say older people. The seasoned saints.
Seasoned saints.
No, I gotta
but seasoned
They're gonna be saying that all over Kansas. Seasoned saints.
Seasoned saints.
But it's like, they feel that there's a certain way that we're supposed to conduct ourselves in certain spaces, and I agree with that. To some degree, we do have to
have coot.
Have some decorum. Play the game a little bit. But I also feel like this generation has a hard time falling into that, because we're so serious about expressing our individuality
And changing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like another reason why is because like they're going off of like their time period. So they were like, the racism was right in their face. Now we getting like the sugar-coated version for the most part, right? And it's like they had all these like Jim Crow laws, and even then like certain sundown towns, like even to this day, there's still sundown towns. Those were all over the place and nobody cared. So it's like they're had to change to live, and we're trying to change for the future. And I feel like that's like the biggest disconnect when it comes to everybody, because it's like they was doing this to survive those times. We don't have to survive no more, because you guys paved the way for us to change. And it's like, I don't know.
Generational disconnect.
I agree with like us wanting to think about the future. Like we don't live in the same world that the seasoned saints did at one point. And I think that them talking to us about how we should look, like you were saying, your neighbor, I don't know her from a can of paint. But I'm guessing that maybe she was just trying to warn you for a reality that you haven't faced yet. And I think that's where which kind of brings me to my next question, y'all. Yeah, reading my cheating like. But how like the question was what was it? How do you think societal attitudes towards locks have changed over time? But I was saying that. Yeah. What was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
The seasoned saints was trying to like protect us.
Oh yeah. They're trying to warn us because right now, like we're in college and it's a little bit more accepting, but we don't know what it's gonna look like when we, get out in the world. We might be smacked with the hardest reality, and we're like, dang, maybe I should.
Still bad.
Like,
Still bad.
Like, hold on.
We still.
Yeah, but even then, yo, it's like I've been grinding for so long, like been doing this media stuff for like some years, like starting in the church type stuff. So it's like for me, it's like every time like somebody think they closing the door, it's
You
always
gotta
been
break a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a window's open.
No. Break it. Throw that window. Throw that window. Cause I tell you, there's always a back door. I'll tell you that much.
About me for real. So it's like it's always gonna be good. But it's just I don't want. I understand what you're saying though. Like on some seriousness, it's like the world does judge us very harshly, but it's like you have to adjust to that shit. You can't you can't conform. That's what they want you to do. Like you gotta remain yourself, keep building your brand, keep elevating as much as you can till you get to a point where they looking down and they like, damn, you done had this person on, I'm looking at that person type shit. That person might want to connect with you to raise you up to another point. So it's like, yeah.
And I think that's one of the best things. Like what I wanted to say is that this really for anybody out there, but it's like I feel like the misconceptions that people be thinking that like how Princess was saying, like the way you dress, the way you got your hair and stuff like that, they be like treating that like that's your personality, but like you never know who a person is until you actually even get to have a conversation with them at the end of the day. So that type of stuff makes it weird, because like I work with my mom, my cousin, like when it comes to like resumes and then we're applying for jobs and internships and stuff like that, and it's always having to like you have to word the stuff a certain way and like you have to like speak a certain way and stuff like that. But I feel like that none of that should determine whether or not you're capable of actually doing the job, because you could have somebody in there like you don't get hired because of so and so your hair and other things like that, but then they hire somebody who possibly maybe an idiot and can't do nothing. And I'm just saying, like that type of stuff, it doesn't really determine like into your character at the end of the day, because like it's multiple aspects to this kind of thing in life. You have those that are emotional intelligent, those who are intelligent within their work field, those who may just be intelligent like all around and stuff, but
creatively.
Exactly, but it's nothing that attributes to how you get things done, whatever, because what you succeed in one place you may fail in another, and vice versa for anything else when it comes to other stuff in life too. So
but your failure was not determined by how your hair was when you went to work that day.
Exactly. What's it called? I had the baldy was racing people at recess was winning, so
the aerodynamic.
If you know, you know,
you
bro.
gotta whoosh.
No, you good.
Made you more aerodynamic.
We touching on the question about how we feel the locks have changed, like the social reception of locks has changed. I definitely will say, and this is my the duality I'm on with the current state of locks in the world, in the United States, and pop culture as it stands. I find that locks have definitely, obviously, become a trend.
Yeah.
A lot of black icons and black artists, whether it be music, movies, everyone. You've been seeing a lot more locks in media, so it's been digested a lot more. So it's been put in people's face. They've had to see it. It's had to be, and that's a big part of normalization, socialization, is to constantly put something in front of someone's face. They have to digest it in some way, in multiple different ways, to be able to, like, that's how you learn a language, right? So if you're on Duolingo, for example, they'll teach you a word and put it in 7 different instances or 13 different instances, so you understand how that word works and
different
the importance, the importance of it and all the variances that come with it, all the nuances of the word, right? And so what's being exploited now, what's being shown now, is the socialization of locks in the, not just in the African American community, but African American communities, but in the States, you know, in the United States as a whole. And further out, like, you know, in the UK now, people are having locks out their ass, and you know that wasn't people in UK didn't have locks. Like,
so how do? That's a good question.
So, like, I think like as well too, you see it in like how people get attracted to each other. Because I don't know how many times I heard somebody say they like somebody with locks.
But yeah, that's the other half.
I don't know necessarily what it is. Sometimes I guess it brings out the face and stuff like that. But like that's a huge thing now.
I've been a nigga before the locks though.
I've been that nigga. I only hold up a lot.
No, literally. That's really how I feel because it's like, you know how
That gotta be in the intro or something.
Oh yeah.
No, seriously. But you know how like people say like we get treated different whether we have like a wig on, if we got braids, like that. Me getting locks, like I don't know how to explain it. Like just flocking all of a sudden. Like I've been here this whole time, and like you said, I really been that girl since 8, and now all of a sudden niggas is coming my way because my locks is touching my shoulders.
It could be
no
a fetish thing.
I think that's what it is.
Like,
Locks are definitely
a lot
fetishized.
of people, even outside of the black community, fetish.
Take your time, baby. I can't even say it. That's why I'm not trying to help you.
fetishize, whatever.
We gonna edit it.
We gonna get it together.
You know, fetishized.
I swear, we're not illiterate. We got it. They look at black people, and this is where cultural appropriation comes in. You know, they look at us, and they look at black people, and they're like, let me try that, and they like to pick and choose the parts that they want of the black look, but they don't want the black
Experience.
problem or experience. What's the Y'all been cussing this
Oh, right.
That's
Yeah.
I've been real lenient on my. I've been real clear.
I've been
Cursing.
trying.
Harmony once said everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga, bro.
No, real shit.
Everybody want to
Like
be a nigga, but don't want to be a nigga when it's time to be a nigga.
everybody loves jazz until it's time to sing the blues. Like
it comes down to
I'm
like
stoned in the building.
like you were saying earlier, they're always going to add requirements. They're always going to add requirements to our list of what we can and can't do.
Always.
And we're always going to be held to a standard that other races are just not held to. And it's unfortunate that we have to live this way because we just can't catch a break. We just hair too big, hair locked up, hair too long, not long
But
enough.
too big.
But too thick, can't wear it.
Like
Right.
Being black, it's dangerous sometimes.
It's dangerous. It
Real
is
dangerous.
dangerous. What Ice Cube? My skin is my sin. Was that Ice Cube?
Damn.
I think so.
Let's hope.
Don't clock me, y'all. I know my music.
Don't.
I'm pretty sure that was Ice Cube.
we
We will fact check.
We will
Right.
fact check. If it's not, we're gonna put the real song down
Right.
Yep. So let's talk about stereotypes. What stereotypes have y'all heard when it comes to locks?
they're dirty.
I was just about to say that.
I was gonna go about.
That's
It was in fact Ice
He
Cube.
been waiting to talk about this one. He sat up and up. Let me get the mic. Check 1, 2.
Well,
It's working. So not too
Your
much
mic
on
on.
it.
Right.
Oh, was I saying?
Oh yeah, I thought you was. Oh,
I was
What?
listening, but she cut because I was brother.
What is the
we're talking about stereotypes.
yeah,
Oh.
a stereotype you heard about locks?
Oh,
I said that they
yeah.
normally dirty.
yeah, they're normally dirty. I heard that.
Which isn't true. It's about how you take care of them.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Period.
take care of your hair. Take care of yourself.
Please.
Self-care is the best care.
It makes you look like a thug.
Yes.
It gives that appearance.
That's the biggest one.
And that's because of them preconceived notions and those. And that only time people would see locks in media is when people attach it to like violent crimes or things of that nature. It's like white people wouldn't see locks like at all because it wasn't in media, and so the only time they would see it or only would see black people would be in the news doing something.
They don't call them locks. They call them dreads.
He called them dreads.
How do y'all feel about that?
Well, okay, so I
It depends.
Yeah, I
it really
was-
depends.
Yeah.
Like, cause I'm not gonna like sit here and argue with another black person on like the definition, but when it's a white person, yeah, it's locks.
For sure.
Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing is dreadful about this scalp of hair. I'll tell you that.
Period.
that part.
But yeah, it's like I don't know, because it's really like how you say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if we having a regular conversation, you'd be like, oh yeah, your dreads is cool. Yeah, shake your dreads, shake your dreads.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, I don't know.
I was like recently educated, like when I first got here. It's like, cause I think I used to call them dreads all the time. But then somebody had told me, like you had said, like there's nothing dreadful about my hair or whatever. Like their teacher had told them, like, cause their teacher had locks too, and they told them like, oh, like there's nothing dreadful about my hair, and I was like, okay, yeah, that ain't.
Yeah. No, it's true.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong. So I was just like, okay, yeah. So I started calling them locks. But like Princess said, I'm not gonna argue with nobody really about it unless you white.
It's a respect thing at that point.
Because you know what you're doing.
It's like black and African American.
You still doing stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
he got a list.
okay.
Check his
He
nose.
said, I got a
stereotype is the fact that, like, all right, so y'all know who Reggie is, right? Basketball player, right?
Yeah.
So
name dropping. It's like, you good.
And, like, one of the higher ups within our department, I had went to go meet with her because I had a situation I need to address with her.
Yeah.
And I went to her, and she called me Reggie, and it wasn't.
And actually, I can tell you because y'all know what's going on.
And it was the first time she did it.
Yeah.
And I felt like kind of disrespected by it, but I played it up because, like you said earlier, you gotta play the game to a certain extent with people because you don't know what people can possibly do for you in the future type shit. So I played it cool, but in the back of my head, I was like, yo, I will never go to this lady for probably anything again involving. You know what I'm saying? I try to go to the teacher or my advisor within the department, but I won't go to her because it's like she doesn't understand us as black people to even try to say that I look like that man. Bro, cool as hell. That's my man. He cool, but we don't look like
all black people don't.
Exactly.
Like look at the table. Look at the table.
Look at the table.
And take a good look.
We all different, but we all black.
Exactly.
And proud what James Brown said. I know that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you had the first one right, by the way. It was Ice Cube.
It was like you looked it up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
That is definitely something I got being here, but it was like different because like. I feel like more like between black people it'd be more innocent because like certain like facial features, even just like sometimes being around each other. My first roommate when I got up here, I don't know y'all know Z the Sigma. Z was my first roommate, and Z used to have locks.
Yeah.
We both
He was supposed to be in this shoe.
Exactly. we both wore glasses, but he wore his more often, and like we was roommates, and we had our first class of the day with each other. So people used to mistaken us for each other and stuff like that. So
y'all look nothing alike.
exactly, but it was at the time like we don't really look nothing alike or
And
anything.
then y'all
like
locks look different.
Yeah.
They just wasn't trying.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all just be like, oh yeah. What's the first black person name that popped in my head? Oh yeah. Oh boy. Like.
But I think it's because we were seeing so much around each other. But that's like to the testament, like kind of like what Lloyd was saying. It's just like, and she was saying like none of us up here look the same or whatever like that. So it's like. I think you really have to like take it's sometimes it'd be an unconscious thing, but really gotta take your time and realize like who you're speaking to as well too.
it shows your disconnection to the culture.
Yeah, a little bit.
That was deep.
Absolutely.
That was deep.
That was true.
But like, how you gonna be an advisor or higher up in something and you a whole nother complexion, but you're trying to teach at a HBCU?
Yeah, not for nothing.
For the last 20 years of your life.
I ain't paying all this
And you're
money.
not trying to. Now I've had white teachers or professors that took the time to know their students and understand the culture
Educate.
without doing too much. They ain't drawn like, what's up, bro, homie?
Shout out Felicia.
Felicio, cool.
Shout out my man Felicia.
Shout out, please.
Dog, you just
He my advisor, so
he gonna, that's exactly what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
But no, I've had a bunch of
You need
teachers,
Italian
and we are.
Yeah.
the goat.
I'm gonna speak for myself when I say this. I am 100 and 1,000% working towards unity amongst all races, cultural understanding of all cultural sensitivity, cultural appreciation of all races, all cultures, but I also feel like, black people don't take the time to say our names right. They don't take the time to know who's who from somebody else just because they got the same hairstyle. They don't take the time to, they don't take the time with us. So they make mistakes like mixing up two people with the same hairstyle, which wasn't the same hairstyle because the thickness and locks and the length is different. Y'all look nothing up. But that's the thing. Like black people, I know people who be like, oh, I know who you were from across the yard just by how you walked.
Yes.
You know, we take time to look at each other. Oh, I know that's so and so because he got this or she got that. But I feel like I won't say other generally. I don't like to speak generally, but there are those who won't take the time out to get to know the individual and not the things that you see on us or how we present ourselves or whatever. So I mean, like, the stereotypes when it comes to locks are crazy because it's just unfair that, you know, you decide to do a hairstyle and all of a sudden you're incapable of doing X, Y, and Z. You're a thug. You're not in school. You can't speak full sentences.
And then you get a number one, but you the same person.
I ain't gonna lie, having locks made me understand women more. Like, I used to be like so like judgmental about certain stuff.
That part.
But it's like the same things y'all go through in terms of like women's rights and stuff like that. We go through as black men, but we don't understand it to the extent that, you feel what I'm saying? Once you at an elevated point, like, you understand things different. But for a long time, bro, it's just like, bro, they don't understand me. I don't understand them. What's the disconnect? How can we get on the same page?
Finally understood.
And a lot of
to be in that chair for hours.
Yeah.
That's a real struggle.
and a lot of it is a lack of empathy and a lack of emotional intelligence, which I felt my locks have definitely brought me a lot of both.
Yeah.
And to spin back on the whole the dread segment, I didn't get to touch on that, but I had a friend that was actually teaching me like the differences and like the origins of that, and like the Rastafarian like nature and culture of that, and where it originated. And that dreads, because I mentioned earlier that dreads or locks, they hold energy. They hold, you know, as much as our locks hold water, they hold energy like just the same. And so, a lot of our it's believed to be that a lot of our experiences, a lot of our negative experiences, our hair takes the sacrifice and withholds that, and it holds the dread in which we do experience. Which is why when you see a lot of people that do cut their locks, while they do like regret it, at least from what I've seen, a lot of people that cut their locks do immediately regret it, and then, you know, they chill and then they get them again or whatever else. Yeah. But you see the immediate like relief in the weight off shoulders.
Yeah.
I heard about stuff like that. Like, there's a couple athletes. Like Lonnie Walker, he had like big wigs when he first got into like.
Oh, he went to my high school.
Yeah, he had big wigs when he first went into the
and he went
NBA.
through a lot. Yeah,
exactly, and he went through a lot. And then he like when he cut him, everybody was asking him why. He just said like it was a time for him like to release all the pain that he had when he was growing them out and everything, and he felt like he was taking control of his life and stuff like that. So,
Wow.
Because we go through a lot with our locks. They're all 40 of these my homies.
No, literally, all jokes aside, like, y'all be having like a favorite lock, or y'all love all y'all locks?
All right.
I got a favorite lock.
Definitely do.
I got a favorite lock.
I'm trying to find it because
I would show
they
you.
double twisted right now, but it's one. It's the one that's the closest to like my forehead.
Yeah, mine is like right here.
I got a favorite lock.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I better say it's this one. I dyed
It's
this.
my
I dyed
lucky
this
lock.
one more than the rest of them. The rest of them stopped shorter.
Yeah.
It's like the way it lays, the
Yep.
thickness.
I don't know.
It
It's
do
just
its
my
job.
favorite one because I fidget a lot. So like anytime like I'm really like anxious, I'm just always like touching my hair to like self-soothe, I guess. So like usually like these are my go-to.
Because it's like right here.
It'd be different too, cause like
Shout out to the ones in the
Yeah,
back
like I don't know. I
all
don't
the
like
time.
making a lot of eye contact.
Yeah,
That should
keep
be
my
freaking
hands
me out.
Yeah, bro.
I don't
The
know.
locks in the face be saving lives.
Oh man.
I couldn't see you.
No, hello.
Wow.
locks
That's
in
why
my-
I don't wear my glasses.
Locks in my
Sorry.
face. I can't hear you right now.
So if she don't got her glasses
move out
on,
your
it's a
face.
choice.
Yeah,
Alright, so everybody got locks, right? Do you feel like your popularity has like gone up since you got
Yeah.
locks?
Yeah.
All I got to say is you went to Chapelgate Christian Academy in high school, bro. I put all of y'all on. Nobody had locks before me, bro. I put all of y'all on.
On his
He said I
cell.
started
Even now, even people now, I look at y'all
To
and I
this
call y'all
day.
my sons for a reason, bro.
No, bro.
So if y'all all up in my comments, I'm gonna just forward them to Kitan.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely because what's it called at the time, bro? Like I said, that I don't even like to call it an ugly phase because I feel like it's natural. It happens. Like you
That's
gotta
what
go
I'm
through the
saying.
whole thing. But I was so not even mad. It was just like, dang, I'm going to school like this. I was like, okay. I really got used to it too because it was around basketball season. I knew I looked crazy on that court, bro, with the way my hair was looking and everything like that. But I got like more and more used to it, and it's like as it was growing and everything, people was like, oh yeah, it's like it's getting real nice. It's growing out more and more and stuff like that. And then it got to the point where it was like,
about like I think right a little bit underneath my eyes and stuff, and then it was just like not even more attention or whatever because I wasn't even that type of person, but like I think people did start to like notice me or like talk to me a bit more and stuff.
And then you're tall, you play basketball, you just checking all the boxes for them.
But do you
I still don't be seeing it. I still don't understand it, but
do you think it's also because remember how we were talking about earlier how we grow with our locks and how they store energy? Do you feel like once your locks became more mature and you're growing with them, do you feel like it's more like an outward thing within yourself, like you're more willing to start conversations with people because you know your hair is looking the way that you want? More confidence as it grew. So maybe it's both, like more people is willing to come to you, but also you're allowing people into your space now. And
I think people are more interested in like more, so they would like ask questions and then it kind of like build more of an easier way
it's like a conversation piece.
Conversation piece.
It makes relationships like harder though, because I feel like now because I got locks, like my hair is like no disrespect, but it's longer than some females. So
Why
it's
you
like,
say no disrespect?
no, because like
I had a big chop. It's growing back.
I'm saying like in terms of like just like it just makes it harder because it's like they don't worry about if I'm trying to deal with that person and that person, but it's not even like that. I'd rather just lock in, but
No pun.
no pun intended.
So wait, that brings me to a question. Do y'all, for the men, do y'all feel emasculated having long hair? Do you feel like you deal with issues like that?
Oh no,
Absolutely not. I love this shit.
Oh no, I look
probably
good.
the most confident I've been in.
This is the most free I've felt.
Yeah,
And I feel like the length reflects it.
Like say like I said earlier, like with the ponytail shit, like sometimes like I be feeling like it just don't be feeling like I want to do that shit. You know what I mean?
it depends as well too, because it's like the more and more you do it, is the more and more like tension it put on your scalp and stuff like that. You can get like bumps on your scalp for like how much you tie. So sometimes I depend and be like, okay, I'm only going to tie my hair like maybe once this month or something like that, and I usually tie it up like up here or something like this, because I, like you said, I don't like tying it sometimes from the back only because it'll hang around and then hit the back of my neck and then I'm turning my.
It just feel uncomfortable. Like when it sit right on like that first vertebrae type.
Scary. We thinking it's a whole bug or something. Got you freaking out in class. Just because you lean down, you see something your neck, like it's just crazy.
You start tweaking.
Yeah, it's like
Dang, imagine you're locked in your eye.
You be trying to eat.
Trying to make
You're locked eating before you, bro. Like I gotta push them out the way, make sure that they're like.
I'm doing a whole dramatic ass hair flip and shit.
Everybody be
Exactly.
Yeah,
I be seeing you do that in class
like
sometimes.
all the time, bro.
Can't do nothing like
Bro,
this.
if you run this tape back, I probably done did it 27 times.
I'm gonna look back
28.
and see how many times.
Yes, I gotta make sure lock number 67 laying in the right place and shit.
Exactly.
Like,
Nah, I
You gotta
probably
do a lot count how many times.
I'll get
shake.
mad if my lock eat my food.
No, that would be funny. A small lock shake counter.
Because they dip in my cereal.
Bro,
I don't even wanna
every
eat
time
the
you
thing
eat
no
or you
more.
drink, bro, they right there.
just taking a sip right
You gotta-
with
you
you, like
gotta,
you was
like-
thirsty, huh?
That's so humbling, bro.
It really
Now
is.
you don't
I
even
wanna
want
cut my
it.
stuff.
No, literally.
Like you telling me I just sat here over the stove, made this tea, and the first thing that went in it was my lock.
Exactly.
I can't even get the first sip. That's not
I
right.
didn't even put lemon in this shit.
Why is it so spicy?
That's funny.
And then you don't even be realizing, like, oh my god, it'd be so bad until like it's just dripping, and you're like, what the? Oh,
You touching it, feeling it, like what the fuck?
yeah.
Water in your head.
Like,
Literally, I'm like,
Exactly.
bro, like
Oh,
I
was
gotta
that
leave.
sauce in my lock?
Bro,
I was really-
no, literally, like I can't eat. No,
I be getting so I stop everything I'm doing. I have to get up and go and clean that shit.
Nah, yeah.
Why'd you just get?
Because you can't just
Like
sit with
all
that there.
of
It's
my
just
at all, cause now you gonna smell like mustard and ketchup and
whatever.
Lemon
like,
pepper steppers.
yeah, like.
in the shower trying to wash your face. Like if you got a face care like routine.
Yeah, you definitely
Bro,
gotta put your hand back.
y'all be having like y'all be like breaking out around like y'all hairline.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I used
so
to,
they're
when I
sitting
first started my thing, because I had to wear the do-rag, they used to piss me off so much because my forehead used to get so bumpy. I try
Yeah.
to spread it out
Because it keeps like all that grease right there. So, and that's why they made that like that
I was
new
about to say, they got
do-rag.
do-rag.
Yeah, they
for the
got
locks.
the police.
Like,
So you
Oh
put
yeah,
on
I
top.
do want to try
Yeah,
that.
that is that
Whoever
do
made
look
that
tough.
probably making mad.
Jeez.
Take my money.
Now, I want to say something though. I definitely underestimated how heavy these get when you
When
start
they're wet.
washing them more and more, bro.
I did not know.
It's like having weed.
Nobody
in your
told me nothing.
Nobody told me
They did not.
Like, and then I'll be careful because like if some like ever get to the point, because sometimes your locks will thin, so it's like I get to the point where it's like I feel like maybe too big, heavy, and I try to turn my head around as gently as possible because I don't want it to fall out while I'm in the shower or anything like that.
Imagine.
You ever turn your head and then whip you in the face?
Exactly.
Like different parts of your head be like maturing quicker than others. Like I have like this lock in the front. My hair's about to be like 2 years in October, but like this one and this one is not locked, but every other lock is locked. Like I don't know.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before in my head. Like I think sometimes, but that's like because I've been in certain situations like my locks have got like pulled out and stuff like that. So then it's like I had to reattach them, and it's just like yeah, it do be kind of like premature because then now they're at different stages.
Yeah, and that's really what's messing me up. Like, why is one of them just now button?
But I think that's beautiful though because it makes your locks your locks. Like if you got one that's short like here and it won't grow, that's your little lock. How do y'all feel about white people having locks?
Keep it.
It's not even locks. Those are mats. Those are no, because it's true. Your hair, no. Okay, I'm gonna break it down. If your hair is pinned straight, it's not gonna wrap around itself to lock. That's how our hair locks itself up because our hair is in coils most of the time. So our little coils is wrapping around itself. If your hair is straight and you have locks, you don't. It's mats. I hate to break it to you. I really do because it pisses me off. Y'all, they will take it. And take something that is so beautiful and so unique and try to remix and reverse it and add like you know how they be adding like raisins to the egg salad. That's basically what y'all doing with the mat. Yes, like just terrible.
Yeah, basically what she said because I seen it.
I actually everything that she said
before and stuff, and like I said, like this is why people get mad, like we'll say that stuff is cultural appropriation because for the same things that we get chastised for, other people won't get any type of repercussions or nothing will be said about it to begin with. So that's really where like the cultural appropriation comes in.
So y'all do feel like it's cultural appropriation?
It's
absolutely.
not even appreciating. No, that's just disrespectful.
You don't see me
My hair don't look like that.
You don't see me out here going to wear a slick back grease ball.
Bro, please.
I'm not telling my barber to hook me up with a Caesar cut. Respectfully.
Not the Caesar.
Nah, the Caesar go down, bro.
The Caesar. It looks nice.
Give me the Denzel Washington and Malcolm
X. People that's intended for.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't.
Had a haircut?
Yeah.
Number one. Like.
I don't know.
Yo, I used to get a number one religiously, bro.
Oh yeah, there was numbers on the haircuts.
Yeah, that's the garbage.
You walk into a barber shop,
I mean,
it's like
I'm not even a lot of niggas don't necessarily use it. It's really there for design.
no, but it used to be there though.
Nah,
it really used to be a fundamental.
I used to. I was used to point the ones that I wanted,
And then you got the ones that you got. You're like, Mom, I want number 8. He got a little zigzag in his head. Look cool.
Exactly. I used to get a little design here and there when I deserved it. Like, what's someone call it? I used to get, I think, a lightning bolt. That's the shit that I seen. I seen Ron Artest. He had the whole rocket symbol in the side of his head. I said, I want to be like him, bro.
And your mom was like, you got sense. And you gave you a clean.
Amen.
Yeah, I ain't go to guards thing.
But nah, don't do that.
Especially not around me. I'm a point and laugh.
I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna walk past you, and God forgive me, because I'm trying to work on like being judgmental. But I'm gonna think you smell like patchouli oil.
Patchouli.
If you go here, like if you go here,
No.
All your friends is like rocking the lock style. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's different.
You know what I mean? But
That's different. If you get locks because your friends have locks,
That's even
worse.
That's, yeah.
You don't even have a reason. You just doing them.
Riding the bicycle.
I'm gonna have to bleep that one.
Dicky.
Sorry.
Okay, so what about if there's like a situation where that mix?
If you're mixed, I'm not gonna negate you.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
Because how
I'm
mixed,
not
bro?
gonna negate you.
Because how mixed? Because Logic is mixed.
Okay.
He be letting that word fly, and I'm not cool with
I
that
feel
neither.
like when you only want to fuck with the black side of you,
When it's-
right? Because I met a couple.
when it's
you
beneficial.
only,
When it's beneficial.
yeah, I don't like that shit. If you go
corny.
into the interviews and you're clicking white on your fucking thing, on your little race thing, that's the side that you gotta stay on. And I'm sorry, no, I mean it because it's like. You do not get to pick and choose
What do we
when you
click?
want to be for your culture. Like you just think, I'm sorry.
All the cuss words, but
I'm sorry.
you said, let's just go up to the mic.
Yeah. No, but seriously, it's like, okay, because I'm Afro-Latina, right? So I'm not going to be like, I know black, I'm Dominican. Every single time there's something going on or someone's trying to be like, you can't do that, you're black. No, I'm both at the end of the day, and I am...
She rep it.
Yeah, I rep both my sets. At the end of the day, like, you cannot say like, oh, okay, I'm black when you're trying to defend why you want to get a certain hairstyle, but you letting your white friends call you all types of jiggerboo. You know the audio. You know the audio I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna sing it, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, I be watching Black Panther. That should be funny as shit.
You being Dominican, you said Dominican? Okay. You being, I feel like that doesn't count because you're still black.
That's still another
black.
martyr.
No, but that's what I'm saying. There's Dominicans that will be like, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. Like, yeah, like there's a lot
well
of.
too. People still get the whole race and ethnicity thing,
Yes, and that's
thing messed up because there do be people who are black descent and they're white. They're racially speaking, they're white. And like for people who are biracial, I feel like I don't say.
It depends on what you're.
I don't really be saying anything only because I don't know what somebody's experiences are growing up, but I can completely understand what you mean. Like if you're using it as a type of way to benefit yourself, but you're not taking like certain you're not taking issues like for the black community seriously, because then it's just really just seems like you performative at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's like a performative art or some shit. It's not real.
It's not.
So
We got a lid that's 24/7, and you pick and choose.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm black. I
And-
get pulled over. I'm going to jail.
Right, they look at you, they confused. Like,
No, for real. And that's why I said like you saying that you're mixed with other things. Like at the end of the day, if you are a black appearing, take that lightly.
yeah,
Don't be
get
like, I got
comfortable.
2%. No, baby, that don't count. If you are black appearing, even if you're, because people think I'm mixed all the time, and I'm not. But that's the beauty of black people. We can make so many different shades and different colors or whatever, and you don't have to be mixed with nothing but your mom and your dad's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But but I also. But at the same time, it's like if you're mixed, if you're half black, half white, right?
You two for kids.
That's where it gets a little. I don't know. That's the gray area right there. Like if you're Haitian or you're from the Caribbean or you're from Africa or anything like that.
Right.
That I feel like that doesn't count. That's different because you're still considered a minority. You're still considered black.
Except white South African. I'm on to you.
Oh, yeah,
Kitan is on it.
you got that. I don't want the
Congratulations,
direct diaspora coming towards me.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep.
Oh yeah.
Kitan's the different.
I don't care. We can talk about it.
He said, "Let me lean up to the mic."
He said we got 30 more minutes on this camera.
Right.
Hey man.
But I feel like there's definitely a gray area. But if you feel like people are gonna question you about it, I would just not do it.
And there's nothing wrong with trying to be more in tune with the other side, especially if you was like,
Oh, yeah.
growing up, you just always felt ashamed because one side wasn't fucking with you, woo all this shit. I'm not gonna tell you what you can and cannot do. However, right. What I won't allow, and this is me saying this. You're not gonna pick and choose when to be black. You either black all the time or you not. That's how you gotta carry it, because it's like if you're able to gain benefits because you're able to pass as white, that's everything I needed to know, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at.
She said that's where I'm gonna leave it at.
Yeah.
So, question for y'all. We were talking about having to navigate in predominantly white spaces with locks. So, in your opinion, what role does education and awareness play in addressing and dismantling stereotypes surrounding locks?
It plays the
biggest.
factor.
I don't think anything is more
Because without
important.
it, it's just ignorance at the end of the day.
Yeah, because it was like for me when I first started like my lock journey, like growing up, like even my natural hair journey all around, like I was always told to tiene una pelo malo, like you just got bad hair, like you need to put relaxer in it, you need to do this, you need to do that. So it was like once I took the time and I was like, okay, I want to get locks. Why do I want to get locks? I'm going to do more research. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's so easy. However, it's taxing when we are always the ones that have to educate everybody else because they are able to live with ignorance. And we cannot. We always have to defend our livelihood in anything that we do. If I decide to wear pink nails, I'm going to get pressed on the street. Oh, you like... I don't know. It's just always something. It's just always something that we have to teach and educate and just...
Google is free as the air you breathe.
Hello. Like, I don't know. It's just frustrating.
Damn.
You gotta write this down, friend.
Man, I'm gonna just take all y'all quotes and write it down for you. Because we could have just ended the podcast right there. Pack it up.
Bro.
Education really played like a big factor. For me, I always seen locks in a way that it seemed like kind of controversial because I grew up on Lil Wayne. Like Lil Wayne was the first person I seen with locks, like realistically. And how he made it look, I didn't even have locks at the time. I had a number one haircut, it's a little short haircut. And I take this pom-pom that my niece had, God rest her soul. I take the pom-pom, put it on my head, and just rock out the Lil Wayne.
Shake your dreads.
So like eventually I was gonna get locks. I just didn't know at what point in my life. But from that I learned how to just be yourself regardless of you feel what I'm saying, what the media may think. Like I listen to Wayne lyrics now and I got my locks and I'm just like it's way different than when
Like, I feel you, brother.
No, literally.
I'm not gonna hold you blunt blowing hit different when you got locks.
Yeah.
What advice do y'all have for those who are new to the lock community or thinking about starting locks? What advice do y'all have when it comes to having locks in and of itself and what comes with locks?
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Yeah, like no, someone some way is going to feel some type of way that you have started your lock journey. And by the not even the end, but as you get to the stage that you wanted to reach, those are going to be the same people telling you inspired me to get my locks. Because one thing I always tell myself is someone's projection on their insecurities or whatever, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, is because they don't have the confidence to do it. Walk like you have a crown on your head because you do. Whatever style you decide to have. And once you go through that first, like, you know, oh, I really don't need a retwist. Yeah, it's up from there. I promise you. It's nothing but the sunshine. Cause in the beginning of my journey, I don't know about y'all, but I just hated not having like my hair neat. Yeah, like I needed it to have that slick look. I needed it to have, you know. But then once I went like 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, a little bit longer than I should have without a retwist, but I was still comfortable within myself.
that's
like
what they tell you though.
yeah, like.
Exactly.
I would say, especially when you're first locking in, you know, you're supposed to get it like done that many times. It's supposed to like
Let them.
yeah, you're supposed to let it grow. You're supposed to let
And
it
your hair still short.
Don't be putting a whole bunch of products in your hair.
Like that's another thing. Be patient with yourself
Yeah.
for real. It's gonna be something like you're gonna end up in there, and like I said, the beginning of that is it may not look appealing to you, but once you get patient and you like continue just taking care of it, or just going out through life, because sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie, there was points where I forgot that I even what my hair looked like because I was just going through life and just stuff.
No,
but as soon as I was getting to get that next retwist and I saw the growth, I was like, oh yeah, it's looking nice.
That growth, that retwist growth be crazy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you like, why they still twisting? Hold on.
You get excited, and afterwards, like especially like it gets like I don't know how long our retwist be, but mine be about like I think an hour and a half or whatever and shit like that. And most of the time of
I was
me,
about to say.
the majority of it just be me sitting underneath the dryer waiting for the whole thing to dry after I done had the gel and all that. So you just gotta be patient or whatever because it's gonna get to that point where you're gonna look at it and be like, oh yeah, I've come a long way.
We need a push. We need to push for loctician to become a word.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't like when a red line pop up when I be typing out loctician.
Exactly.
It's a word. These are real. She's real. Whoever else do my locks is real. Loctician.
More representation in the hair care,
Exactly.
community.
There
Sorry,
we
I
go.
was buffering.
One more thing. Do not let any and everybody play in your scalp because they got a $30 deal, because you're gonna regret it.
This is true.
Facts.
Take your time doing research. I'm not saying pay $500, especially if you just getting started, Locs. That's insane.
Don't.
However, take the time to do research, because hair holds energy and you do not have time for anybody and some hidden animosity to end up in your scalp.
Yeah.
I got one more thing to
Little baby
say.
people.
It's my reflection point.
Reflection point.
From what everybody said today, I gained that our locks are based on experience. So my reflection point for the audience that's watching is to just know that if you do choose to start locks, or if you started locks now, just know that your lock journey is a part of your life's journey. The same way your life was hard, your lock journey is going to be hard. The same way that you find trouble interacting with people, it's not going to change when you have locks. It just makes it more appealing, so you can have a conversation with somebody and be able to talk more. But just don't get lost in the idea of it's not where I want it to be right now, because everything in life is about taking chances. You know what I mean? So
And being patient.
yeah, and being patient with what you have in your life. So yeah, that's all I got to say.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm piggybacking off the preacher that's next to me. I want to say to everybody that's out there to not let your hair define. No, that's not what I want to say. Boop. I want to say to everybody out there that your hair does not determine your ability to get shit done. And that's just period.
Point blank.
In
You are
that
beautiful
order.
in every form you are in any stage of your lock journey or your hair journey in general. You are beautiful. Embrace it, love it, because there are people who might be going through it too. And we all in this together. We in the struggle together. We in the hair struggle together. We just in all different types of struggles together. So there you go. Yup. Yup. All right, I'm gonna get copyrighted. But but yes,
find any
everybody
reason.
understand the
Yeah.
beauty in your hair, the beauty in your skin, the beauty in yourself. Learn to love it and accept it, even if other people don't. Okay.
On the real. And really, almost everything in life is subjective, bro. It's a lot of people still trying to figure out who they are in this world.
Yeah.
So
Everyone.
they probably just jealous of you, but
Yeah.
you ain't heard from me.
Rock them locks.
Right.
Yeah.
You never stop growing. You never stop learning.
So I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for being on this episode of Kultured Konversations Podcast. And I want you guys to make sure that you check out some of our other episodes and that you show love to my panelists right here. I'm gonna make sure to put all of their social media in the description down below. And we will see you guys in the next video.
Keeping it cultured.
I was gonna say, don't forget to keep it cultured
Keep it
all the time. What you say?
He sounded like that hormone monster.
cultured.
What?
That's gonna be the tag for keeping it cultured.
Keep it cultured.
We will see you guys in the next video.
Brother.
Y'all.
Yeah.